Today on Talk Stoop, we're shining the spotlight on trailblazers who have paved the path for themselves and others and have never looked back. Now, this guy's one of the most successful DJs to have ever stepped behind a booth. Steve Aoki is quite the busy jet setter, but he was kind enough to make a quick pit stop to see me in New York, and we're so happy he did. Okay, Steve, where's the cake at? What are we doing out here?
I know. I was like baking earlier, but getting ready to cake you, and then they pulled me into the car. So.
And that was it. You forgot my cake?
I forgot the cake.
So what's going on, superstar? You're out here. I saw your post on Instagram where you're just talking about if Pretender gets all these streams, you're quitting your day job.
I know. It's time to quit the day job. You know, like I should just be a DJ full time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But, yeah. So this song it's a big deal for me. It's a Lil Yachty and AJR, and we're once again for me, one of my favorite things to do is cross into different genres.
Right.
So I mean, it's a bona fide banger.
That is so awesome. You know what? You've always been the one to blend different genres together. When you first started doing that, did people think you were crazy? Was it weird? Were people like, I don't know?
Yeah, of course. I mean, anytime you like shake the system up, it doesn't matter if how you do it. It's like disruption's always gonna make people upset. I love like working with artists that have not yet worked in my space.
Yes.
And carving out a new lane.
You're a true musician though, like, you know what I mean? Like, sure, DJ, people don't understand the brilliance behind it, but we're music people, so I get it. But it's just, if you could put your dream collaboration together, and you haven't, or maybe it already happened, but what would that look like?
A dream collab? You want to know about a dream collab?
Yes, please.
It would be Bruce Lee.
Damn. You hit us with that. Let's go.
I mean, I might get controversial and also be like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I like this. I like where we're
Buddha,
going. Yes, let's go.
Because it's like music is a way you connect with people. Essentially, it's a tool to get to like your heart, pull on your heartstrings. So the way these people talk to like their audience is a way I'm speaking through music to talk to my audience. So to like get them and to like get in a room with Elon Musk and Bruce Lee and Jesus Christ and Buddha and Mozart and Skrillex and
that would be amazing.
just like all get together, do like separate collaborations. I don't know, but like it just have a fun time.
Did you think when you were younger and when you first fell in love with DJing that you would be able to make such a phenomenal, incredible career that you have right now? Like, man, you're paid? Okay, we'll keep it humble. But did you think DJing would get you this far?
Well, yeah, at the start, I was getting I was excited to get $100 from the $75. I was like, I just got like 5 20s. Yeah. Like, all right, and a bar tab, so I get myself a pizza, like pay for the gas. I grew up, before I was a DJ, I grew up in like the punk hardcore scene.
Right.
And I mean, like I hang out with kids that were like we were so hungry to get the music out there. We were playing in front of less people that are here right now. There's, it's like 10 people in these basements getting paid like $25 and put it in the gas tank and be excited for the next 25 people. When I got flung into DJing, where the music catapulted me essentially, then things changed for my whole I could grind. I'm like, this is easy.
Yeah.
I could do 300 shows, Yeah. And then I did it so many years, I didn't realize that I was grinding harder than everybody else.
Yes.
Because I had that road dog mentality of like, I slept everywhere. I slept in the dirty closets, the basements, slept with in the vans with like 4 guys. We're all sweaty, haven't showered in like 3 weeks. Ugh. And it's just like, that's life, Yeah. I'm showering like on a regular basis nowadays.
I'm proud. This is a good sign.
Baking a few cakes in the back,
yeah.
But I still like remember those days, and now like it's all like there's no room to be a diva.
You're so brilliant. I'm so impressed, and I think your soul is needed in this world, especially because it's dark times. And I wanted to ask you a little bit about as far as you being starstruck. Has this happened yet? Have you ever met anyone and you're just like, whoa?
I was starstruck today.
Really?
Yeah. So I walked by this door that said reserved for Emilia Clarke.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yes,
right.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. So I walked by her door. I'm like, yo, that's Khaleesi.
Yeah, it's Khaleesi.
I need to meet Khaleesi. then I was like, I have to ask you this. I'm like, can I please bend a knee?
Yeah. This is possibly just as surreal for me.
She's like, no one ever asked me that. I'm like, you gotta be out of your mind. No one asked you to bend a knee.
No one's ever.
You're the mother of dragons,
Yeah,
the breaker of chains. Like, you deserve,
Hello?
like, the world needs to bend a knee to you. Like, we didn't have the right props.
Right.
So she grabbed a banana,
I can't.
and then she did her,
Serious. Anointed.
and I accepted it all. Mother of dragons, breaker of chains.
You're enjoying life right now.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
And you know what, Steve? It's a pleasure to be here with you. You're just as amazing as I've heard you are, and I really appreciate you kicking it on the Stoop.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Cool.
Still ahead on Talk Stoop, a chat with one of the wisest women I know, Dr. Ruth. We'll be right back. They say the best things come in small packages, and that couldn't be truer when referring to my next guest. This 4'7", 90-year-old powerhouse is dishing out some life, relationship, and sex advice that you'll want to turn the volume up for. Dr. Ruth, I've heard such wonderful things about you.
Let me hear.
That you're great, you're sweet, you're nice.
More.
You're a sex expert, you're a guru,
Okay.
and you have this amazing book, From You to Two.
Right? Hot off the press.
Yes.
Amazon press.
Yes. I wanted to ask you about this long time myth we've been hearing since we were kids, that we should wait until the third date to have sex.
I agree.
You agree?
Not only third date. I want you to have a relationship. Now, I can't say if that relationship is on the third date or if that relationship is maybe on the 10th date. Nobody, no man, no woman, should engage in actual sexual activity before they have a relationship. Because if it's only hooking up, don't talk to me. I'm old-fashioned and a square. I know it's not going to be productive.
Right.
I know it's not good, so why do it? These days, I'm very concerned about loneliness. I see a lot of people very lonely. And what worries me very much is these days about ghosting, which means you think that that date went well. He has a job.
Right.
He's serious. He talks about his relationship with his parents.
Right.
Everything looks okay, and then you don't hear from him. So here's what you have to do. Take a deep breath, and if 1 week passes by and you have not heard, don't look at your iPhone.
Yeah.
Hoping, oh, I see, I like that.
I've been through this, I know, yeah. You can't keep looking and obsessing over wanting them to contact you. When someone's getting ready for their first date, what should they prepare for mentally?
They have to make a list of topics to discuss.
Really?
Yes, so that, let's say 5 topics of maybe your last vacation, maybe where you would like to go, maybe something about your job that you like, and maybe something that you don't like, so that you don't sit there and say, oh my gosh, what can I talk about?
It's quiet and it's uncomfortable. Yeah, have something prepared.
And
Now,
if it's a little bit quiet, don't panic.
don't panic.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about one night stand? Like you
God
just
forbid. No.
No. Okay.
Absolutely no.
Yeah.
Even if you're sexually attractive. Come on, I have to tell you something. I tell people that before they go on a date, if they feel sexual arousal, and I'm saying it loud and clear because I'm Dr. Ruth Westheimer, I can say it, to masturbate alone at home, because this way you have satisfied yourself.
Yes.
And then you don't feel that sexual tension.
Yeah.
Will I go to bed? Will I not go to bed? Because you know already, you don't need that person to
Yes.
satisfy yourself.
Yeah.
You can use a vibrator.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get used to a vibrator, because no male can duplicate the
They can't.
vibrations of
Yeah.
a vibrator. However, it takes the tension away.
Do you feel love at first sight is a real thing?
I do believe that attraction and that possibility that this might be that real person at first sight is real.
How about relationships that have dealt with infidelity? Do you believe that a relationship can work after that situation? Because I don't.
Okay. I'm not saying it will never work, but I'm saying it's problematic. Now, we know that women and men do go on business trips.
Right.
We know that things do happen. If something happens and it stays just at one time, I say, keep your mouth shut.
Right.
Don't tell anybody.
Wow.
Not even your best friend.
Dr. Ruth.
Keep your mouth shut and keep it in your mind. Use it as sexual arousal when you need it, but go on with your other partner. If it is a continuing relationship, it's a different story.
Should women tell their potential boyfriends or husband how many partners they've been with?
Never. Loud and clear, never.
Okay.
And he should
But what if
tell
he
her,
asks? What do you do?
then you lie. I'm all for white lies.
Yeah.
Then you say, if he asks, you say, look, you hold his hand, and you say, look, I'm not going to ask you, and you are not going to ask me. We are fortunate, we found each other, we are having a good relationship, we are going to build on that relationship. Let's talk about our next vacation.
Nice. Do you think open relationships work?
Definitely not.
Really?
I'm going to check up on you later.
Okay, I'm so curious because that's the new thing now. Everybody's like, well, you know, we have an open relationship.
Nonsense. Eventually somebody gets hurt because eventually one of them is a better lover.
Yeah.
And the satisfaction is higher, or just they have a better relationship.
Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt.
Yes.
I agree. Should a woman tell their partner that they're not getting orgasms?
I don't want women to fake it, not any longer. If she has difficulties having an orgasm, speak up and say what she needs, further stimulation, longer foreplay. She has to take the responsibility for her own sexual satisfaction.
Do guys get their feelings hurt when a woman tells them what they want?
Their feelings hurt is not going to lead to a satisfying sexual life, because then if she gets so frustrated, she'll have to look for somebody else. Each woman needs a different kind of sexual experience in order to be satisfied.
I think we've been played to think that men should perform and women should be like porn stars in the bedroom. But that's not realistic.
Nonsense.
Okay, it's not. Okay.
She can, in her fantasy and in his fantasy, they can play out whatever they want.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't take any of the sexually explicit material so seriously.
Exactly. But Dr. Ruth, thank you so much for hanging
Welcome.
out with us. I really
You did your
appreciate it.
homework.
Still ahead on Talk Stoop, actress, activist, and ultimate New Yorker, Fran Drescher, plus a candid chat with my ultimate girl crush. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years since The Nanny first graced our television screens. We have the woman at the heart of it all, chatting all things The Nanny, her cancer mission, and so much more. Fran, what's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy you're here. Now
Yeah, we've really moved uptown, haven't we?
Look at this penthouse and everything.
I feel like
living
we're in the
good.
Jeffersons.
So here you are celebrating life, celebrating health, and also celebrating that The Nanny's been on TV for 25 years.
I love Fran Fine. I loved Fran Fine when I was doing it. I love Fran Fine today. I love the series. I just had dinner with Mr. Sheffield, Charles Shaughnessy. We fantasize about working again together, but The Nanny is on Cozy TV, and that's where you'll find it. And I'll keep promoting it and supporting it and making personal appearances and stuff because I'm so grateful for the fandom. And there are people that weren't even alive when I was shooting the series that are now
Obsessed.
uber fans, right?
Do you want to ever see it as a remake? Because, you know, there's been iconic shows that have been rebooting nowadays, and there's a remake
Yes,
to
well,
it.
our show would be the same characters 20 years later, basically.
Yes.
It wouldn't be the same show, obviously. I couldn't be the nanny. I mean, you know, that would be too sad, right? She's
We would
the
still love
nanny.
you as the nanny.
Well, hopefully you'll love me in whatever Fran Fine - Sheffield is doing these days.
Now, I know you're bi-coastal, but you're a New Yorker.
I'm totally a New Yorker. Oh my God, I went to City Field the other day to see the Grateful Dead with John Mayer, and I haven't been around so many people from Queens, really, in years. And now that the show is back on Cozy TV, The Nanny, it was unbelievable.
Everybody stopped you for a photo. They have to.
It was so funny. As I'm walking out of the elevator, that's Fran Drescher!
Yeah.
At a Dead concert. It was really great. It's always good to be back in my hometown.
Fran, why do you think so many people loved The Nanny so much? And like you said, people who weren't alive at that time when it initially first came out are finding it, discovering it on Cozy TV and just obsessing over it.
You know, there's a couple of reasons probably. It's that upstairs, downstairs, rich man, poor man, underdog does well. And then there's the sexual attraction between the boss and the nanny. The clothes were unbelievable. Somebody just wrote how much the nanny wardrobe costumes are back in vogue. We call it lightning in a bottle, and it's just, you know, still great. It's allowed me the opportunity to speak to the things that I'm passionate about, the platforms that I speak about.
Now, I read up that you were actually misdiagnosed for a year.
2 years and 8 doctors. And I was so lucky that I had a slow-growing cancer. And you know, I wrote what became the New York Times bestseller, Cancer Schmancer, because I didn't want what happened to me to happen to other people.
Yes.
And then when I went on the book tour and then the speaking tours after that, what I realized was what happened to me has happened to millions of Americans.
How does this happen?
Well, there's a couple of reasons, and that's why I was inspired and motivated to start the Cancer Schmancer movement.
Right.
And I realized that the book was not the end, but just the beginning of what's now a life mission, because what we don't know, people, is what's killing us.
So what should we do?
Well, you gotta go to cancerschmancer.org and learn how to detox your home and take the Check, Choose, and Change challenge. So you learn how next time you go to replace an item in your home, you learn to check labels, choose something that's more eco-friendly, organic, and toxic-free, and become the change you and your family so desperately needs in, on, and around you. So what are you eating? If you eat a strawberry that's not organic, you might as well be eating a sponge soaked in pesticides. And I'm not exaggerating. And, you know, it just goes on. I mean, a woman, before she leaves the bathroom, has put on a combination that nobody knows how this is impacting her, with like 10 different carcinogens. Carcinogens means there's cancer-causing agents in what the products are that you're using. Right. A man probably like 8. That's before you go into the kitchen and open the refrigerator.
And everything.
And everything in that, if you're not reading labels, you know, you don't know, you're getting pesticides, you're getting hormones, you're getting antibiotics, you're getting GMOs, you're getting all this stuff. And here's the thing, you are what you eat.
I love you so much, and I love your energy. Thank you for being woke, and I'm happy to see the nanny.
Give me a hug.
Yes, thank you so much, Fran. Up next on Talk Stoop, one of the greatest athletes of all time is here, and hint, she served up some fantastic advice. I've been a fan of this woman for as long as I can remember, and meeting her in person for the first time was a pinch-me moment. Venus Williams proves that no matter what life throws at her, nothing will keep her down long. How are you, Venus?
Good, how are you?
It's so beautiful to see you. I'm obsessed with you. I've been a fan of you and your sister for such a long time. So honestly, I was so excited to be here today because of you. So thank you.
So is Serena come on?
Not yet.
Not yet?
She's busy doing mommy duties.
Very busy.
Very busy.
Yes.
You know, I know you're so busy. You're a businesswoman. You're out here taking care of business. How do you ever relax, if ever?
That's a good question. I think I honestly get the most downtime at tournaments because I have to rest or else you will lose if you don't have any energy. But when I'm not at events, then obviously that has its own stress too, because you're working very hard, and that's fatiguing in itself.
Do you ever want to retire? I mean, do you really have to keep up with the grind? Can you buy an island and I come visit you and we just do nothing?
We could buy the island together.
I'm with it. I can invest in the gardening part and everything. I mean, what drives you to still keep going and to be the world's champ and, part of this incredible legacy with your sister?
I love what I do. That's, I think, what it takes to have passion, to work very hard at it, and not always win at it as well. I mean, there's a lot of wins, but then there's some losses too that, you have to keep taking those and keep getting up from that.
My best friend, her name is Katrina. She suffers from dry eyes. So I found out that you also experienced this. So I wanted to know what you're doing for that.
Yeah, when you have dry eyes, it can be extremely inconvenient, to say the least, and it's really the only thing you can focus on. So for years, I've used Sustain products, and then recently we just had the launch of Sustain Complete, and I'm so excited because it's really the best solution for dry eyes right now on the market, and especially for me, I'm an athlete. Like, my eyes have to work. If I don't see the ball, I'm out of the game.
Right.
And also with everything else that I do, all the things that you need to do with your eyes, it's really number one. So I am just extremely delighted about Sustain Complete, and it's with me everywhere. I have it in my dog bag, because my dog bag is with me all day. I have it in my tennis bag. I mean, you'll see me playing matches and like dropping in my, but I need to be able to do that between the changeovers so that I can get back out and hopefully win the match.
Absolutely. And let's talk about the other businesses you got going on. You have your own fitness line, which is called 11.
Yes, 11.
Obviously, other than being an athlete, was there another motivation behind wanting to create that line?
Of course, sports has done so much for my life. It's completely changed my life. It's, of course, a part of who I am, but I also believe that moving your body and building confidence and doing something for yourself, it just completely transforms your life. And I always loved design and wanted to do that since I was, not since I was a tennis, I've always been a tennis player, but since I was like a teenager. And doing that is extremely exciting, fulfilling, and I'd love to change lives.
So do you have any rituals before you go out there, on that court?
Not really. I just really try to stay relaxed, and if anything, I just review my game plan and go from there.
Has there anything that's ever happened to you during a match that was embarrassing?
Yeah, one time I went to go sit down on the changeover, and I was extremely upset about how I was playing, and I sat on the chair so hard I completely missed the chair. There's random things too where you completely miss a ball, like you swing at it and you're supposed to be professional, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So it's few and far between, thankfully. You just move on.
Yeah, move on.
And hope it doesn't become a meme or something.
Yeah, I don't understand how the audience is so calm. I couldn't come see you, girl. I'd be the loud. I'd be like, go Venus! They'd kick me out.
Like, ma'am?
They'd be like, get her out of here. I'd be like, go! Huge kudos to these trailblazers who continue to inspire us all. To check out these interviews again, swing by TalkStoopTV.com. We'll see you back here next week on Talk Stoop.